Hello. Guess who it is? It's us. We're back. We're on Soultiful once again. Hi. Welcome to Soultiful. We're back. And today we're talking about getting over the hump with Dr. Temeca Richardson from the A-Town. She's from the A. So come on in. Let's get with it.
Hi, and welcome to Soultiful.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Toya, should you have started the show today? Was it okay?
I miss me some Janet, okay? That was fulfilling for my soul. I miss me some Janet.
We're back. Hello. I'm beating on the conga drum. How y'all doing?
Oh, so good to
That
be
is
back.
funny.
Hi, I'm Janet.
I said how y'all doing. Don't interrupt me. Do we need to end this broadcast and start again?
Go ahead, Toya.
I am Janet. Didn't y'all miss me? Don't y'all miss me? I miss y'all.
Janet, I definitely missed you. Lord have mercy. Hi, guys. I'm Latoya.
And I'm that other Toya, y'all. So good to see you today.
And our lovely guest, will you tell them who you are?
I am Dr. T. Hello, everybody.
She's from the A. She's from the A. Watch out now. I got backup today. Them two
You
over
do
there.
got backup today. You
Yeah,
do got
'cause
backup today.
Them Toya girls from Florida now. So they were trying to come for me. So I got backup today.
Oh,
Yes.
see, I'm normally the neutral one. I try to stay out of y'all drama.
But you gotta get Janet because she be giddish sometimes. So you gotta get her back. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, go ahead, Toya. Would you like
You
to
know
tell
what?
us what you're working
Yes.
on?
Let's just move on, ladies. Let's talk about our first segment. Y'all know, y'all been here before. We're gonna talk about what we're working on.
Yes.
I'll go first. Y'all, let me come in close. Let me tell you something. I am transitioning, y'all. I tell y'all every week, big up to those that do the executive assisting. Big ups to y'all still. Because I'm about to transition out of this thing. I got to get back to what it is I do. And that is marketing. I'm getting back into this go giga flow where I'm supposed to be. Home is calling me. So yes, it's in the process, y'all. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
You
Awesome.
getting
We're glad
enough
to have you.
admin? You don't like the admin stuff? You don't like the phone calling and the
Ooh,
emailing and the follow up?
girl, I'm getting heart palpitations just hearing those words. No, ma'am.
I thought you was having fun on this admin journey. It's quite exquisite, you know.
Mm-mm. You can have
No,
that. No,
okay,
ma'am.
we've gone over there to the marketing stuff. You know,
Yes.
go on over there. See what I'm talking about, Dr. T? See how she leaves me just like that? So, Toya
But
Glenn, what are you working on?
Well, Janet, today has been a fulfilling day. A lot of broadcasts today. I had just got done doing a couple of them. Wonderful clients. We worked with a comedian today. He interviewed other comedians. I work with a prison ministry team today. They do broadcasts, Brother Hank. So that's what my work focus was on. But let me just be real. This morning was crazy. There was a code yellow at my child's school. And I don't know anything about code yellow, blue, black, green because my kids have been homeschooled. And so I was very stressed out until my child came home. So that's how my day has been, and that is what I'm working on. And you, Janet?
Well, Janet is like Carmen Sandiego. She's been all over the world and she is now returned home. I did my final trip. When was that? Jesus, a week ago. We took some guests to Arizona. And since then, yesterday we launched our Dubai trip and we are now sold out. So we've started the waiting list for that. So that's one of my clients. And then I have a passion and poetry event that I'm planning for that's upcoming the end of October. And then tonight I have my Progressively Yours podcast. that I'm producing. So I've just been a busy little beaver. But
Yes,
my
you have.
suitcases are sitting down for a moment.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. And Dr. T, what you been working on?
Wow. I have a young lady who will tend to ask me, my daughter's best friend will ask me, Dr. T, what you working on? No, this is what she say. Are you still on your world domination tour? That's what I do. I am on a full-fledged world domination tour. And today I was getting some videos created and done, as well as I was working with the client yesterday on actually writing a course. It's so fascinating that there are so many people that want to get to a point of writing the course where they didn't start with the right question to begin with. And so I'm really helping her to see what that is. But I'm just enjoying being able to connect also with more women. I'm interviewing women on my new series, Entre Ministry. And so I had the opportunity to interview an awesome woman today. So again, it's a lot because it's a world domination tour. That's just what I do.
Okay,
Love
okay.
it.
The world domination tour.
I like that
Yes.
title,
Tour.
the World Domination Tour. I'm going to have to get me a title like that or something.
You
Yeah.
can borrow it. Just take it as your own. I haven't trademarked it yet.
Okay, okay. All right. Then. You know I will. You know I will.
Just give me credit the first time. That's all. Give me credit the first time you use it.
Well, we are so glad to be back with everyone. We had a little hiatus, but we're back. But we'll talk more about that later. Right now, we want you to get to learn more awesomeness about Dr. T. Her name is Temeca Richardson. Am I saying that right? Temeca
Of
Richardson.
course. Yes, ma'am.
See how we A-Town people do? Affectionately known as Dr. T, is a longtime educator and certified executive coach with an emphasis in high performance coaching. She's also the founder of Entre Ministry, which she mentioned just a few minutes ago, a movement dedicated to supporting women who are small business owners in the area of business, ministry, and purpose. My apologies. Dr. T's expertise is working with people who desire to become the best selves of and have a positive impact on the world. Dr. T turned her own experiences of being a leader in education for nearly 20 years. She's a second and a principal, excuse me, she served as a principal at several public schools in North Carolina and later as an area superintendent in Houston, Texas. Welcome, Dr. T, and we're talking about getting over the hump.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It was actually Northern California. So if I put North Carolina, maybe I'm there by proxy.
Well,
But
baby, I'm just saying, my glasses and the glare of the screen, the words was probably jumping up. It was probably me. It was probably me. But I got
all good. All good.
so let's
So
go ahead and just kick this off because I wants to know what's the number one problem that new entrepreneurs face when getting started.
Okay, Janet, let me ask you, what do you think the number one problem is for entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs getting started? It's one problem. It's only one problem.
Well, I'm gonna just say we always think about money first.
Not the problem. Not the number
Not the
one problem.
problem.
Not the number one problem. Latoya, what you got for me? Because I can't
Yes.
ask Toya because I think she knows the answer. But what do you think the number one
Toya
problem
is a
is?
problem, but Latoya
The
probably
money
knows.
is a problem, not
Come
the
on.
number one problem.
Number one problem I feel is them just deciding to start.
That is the number. So actually, let me clarify. It's not even the decision to start, it is actually starting.
Mm.
Because what ends up happening is when we talk about the decision to start, we're still thinking about, we're still in that planning phase of if I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But really, the number one thing is to actually go out there and try to secure a client, to actually go out there and get on social media, to actually go out there and start giving value. When Janet said money, doesn't take any money to get a free Instagram account to start giving value. It doesn't take money to get a free Canva account and make a quick ebook. It doesn't take any money to do any of those things. It doesn't take money to get a free Zoom account start doing some recordings, get a free YouTube account, start doing some things. But people get stuck in the start. That's where it is. Like Oprah said, that might be tweetable. People get stuck in the start, and they have to get over the hump of the thinking about and the deciding of what they want to do, and actually begin to do it and decide, I'm just going to fail forward, because there's no way to know all of the stuff from the beginning. A lot of people try to fact find, and I need to have this and I need to have that. Start. Simply start.
Yes. That's powerful.
Let me
And
clear
okay, that took me a minute when I decided to start. Like you said, you'll think about it, you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And you said in your mind several times, yep, I'm going to start that business. Yep. But you never made action. Never made action. And
you actually have to do it. Yes.
Yeah, until you actually do some actionable stuff, you ain't started yet.
Well, the book says faith without works is dead.
Oh,
we talk about the faith part, but we don't talk about the works part.
We got
to
do something.
Is the action part.
Hey,
that's the part that we don't want to do. We got to do the work. It didn't say good work. It didn't say pretty work. It could be ugly work. It could be hard work. It could be frustrating work. It could be work I don't want to do ever again in my life, but it is work. And we have to be willing to do the work, because watch this. What ends up happening is people want to start a business based on the sexiness of the business. Now, that'll preach to somebody. They want to do the sexy, but when the sexy of the business wears off, then they don't want to do the work, because the work is real and the work not sexy all the time.
That's
and so
you gotta be able to they looking for that money, that gratification, that they not focus on the purpose of what they really wanted to do. So
and you have to focus before even the purpose is the process. Right? Before the money is the purpose, before the purpose is the process. Before the money is the purpose, and before the purpose is the process. And if you don't fall in love with the process, it's going to be hard to attain the purpose and the money, because the sexiness is going to wear off somewhere along the line. Oh! You got to have something on the inside in order to make sure you can keep going. Y'all feel like y'all got me preaching over here.
This is our ministry right here. Woo! Yes, Lord.
You're kind of talking about marriage too, because that's what happened in marriage. The sexiness wears out, and you don't want to be bothered no more.
It is a relationship. It's a
relationship.
That's another conversation for another time. We gonna.
I'm here for it though, Jana. Call me when you're ready for it. Because I'm here for that too.
Oh, look at Wookie. We got a second show already.
So, guys, what Dr. Tia said, do y'all feel like you haven't taken action in something? As it relates to your business, we say, I've heard us say it, man, I need some more clients. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you're taking the action that you need to take in your business?
Well, I know for me, because I can only speak for me.
Yeah.
I know that my area of non-focus or not enthusiasm or is social media. I love talking to people, but I just can't convey my personality in a picture. I don't know. My creative flows don't go. You see how I can talk to you? I can do this all day. And I love networking. Actually, I got a new client from a networking event because they just took away my personality. But that is me. But to put a Facebook picture, the Canva, that ain't mine.
So Janet, let me bless you with this, and I may be getting ahead of myself, but I always tell entrepreneurs that you have to find your superpower, and once you find your superpower, you rock with your superpower, not their superpower, not my superpower, but how you communicate with the world. And when you find out how you communicate with the world best, the people that you are supposed to impact, you will attract. You won't attract it. It's like putting old wine in new wineskin. You can't do that. You got to have the right processes in the right place, and you have to radiate and resonate through whatever your superpower is. And just because you can do it, this might bless somebody. Just because you can do it don't mean you should. Just because you can do something don't mean you should. I know I have learned my superpower is being on video. I love to write. I love to blog, but you know what? Just because I can don't mean I should. I need to stay in the lane of my superpower because that's what's going to impact the people that I'm supposed to impact the most. So do what you do in the way that you do it through your superpower. You got a cape in your back pocket, so just flip your cape out, put it on, and do what you got to do.
Yes.
Thank you, Doc. I love that you said that, Dr. T, because I'm not the one that's going to prance around on TikTok. But everybody, tells me that I should be on TikTok and I should be dancing on TikTok. Y'all don't want to see me dance. It's not my superpower. And so I'm not. I'm going to do video because that's what works for me. That's more comfortable.
That's what
for me.
works.
And
Right.
and I know it works because it has worked. I've actually connected with clients, connected with people from videos I did 5 years ago that I think anybody saw. So you got to do what works. Thank you, Dr. T.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. What about you, Toya? Do you feel like you're doing what you need to do?
No, but I'm about to change that. That's why I'm in
I want you to.
transition.
Hey,
Exactly.
and you
Yes.
said that you let that come out your mouth on the broadcast. Yes.
Meant
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly
Toya,
meant it.
may I say that I think you're asking a good question. Because what I feel like is that, let's say, what I feel like is people dance around connecting to their customer, their ideal client. So let's say your ideal client, you actually have to make a phone call. That's the way that you have to connect with them. But what you go do is you go send them a text message. You go try to connect with them on social media. You go send them a
Right.
letter in the
But
mail.
what
You
you
go call your cousin to talk to them, but you don't actually do what you're supposed to do to directly connect. We'll do all of that. We'll say, I'm gonna put up a website. I'm gonna get this over here. I'm gonna do that over there. But you don't ever do the direct thing that gets you to your client. And I like to bring that up because we asked a question, but we have to be clear about how do I need to connect to my ideal client, and then I have to ask the question about we got to ask the question to close the deal. You have to you have to, but we
Yes, you
dance
should.
around it too much.
I'm guilty as charged on that one because
No more
I will
dancing.
avoid a phone call so bad. Yes. But you're right. At the end of the day, you done wasted all that time doing all them other things when all you had to do was do what you know you supposed to do and get it done.
I just
Just
wanted to say
rip the
it and let it
band-aid
go.
off and get it done.
Get it
Be-
done.
Before we go to the next question, I want to just thank everyone who is here with us. I know that we got Sister in the VASL. I think Monty's on here. What's her comment, Toya?
Let's
Um, how do I change that? There's instructions, I think, with StreamYard to give you instructions. Just go back to the post, at the bottom of the post, and it will show you how to show your actual picture. And if you
give
need
it
help with that, yeah, you have
yeah.
to get permission. And if you have any, if you still need support with that, we can help you after the broadcast. But thank you so much for being here. And if you have any questions, please share them in the chat. Any comments? We're looking forward to you engaging with us today. So thank you for coming. All right.
I'm gonna try to
Okay.
turn down on the next question. I'm gonna turn down. I'm gonna turn down.
I mean,
Okay.
I feel turned up, and I feel like
Turn down.
it's hard to turn down. But I want to ask a question, and then I'm through, Janet. This will be my last one for a little while. So, Dr. T, clearly you are a lady of a lot of information. You know what you're doing. You have wisdom. Can you tell us a little bit about your history? Your history. Tell us a little about your background and how did you become this dynamic teacher to the startup community? Tell us about it.
Well, when you really think about, when I really go back and think about that, I have been a teacher really my whole life. I remember being in church, the little church back home, old school, and I don't even remember how I ended up a Sunday school teacher. I don't even remember how it happened. I think one day somebody said I was going to be the teacher. I was the teacher, and I had the kids that was anywhere from 4 years below me, and I was in high school at the time, all the way up to zero. All the way down to zero. And which means that I had about 4 different classes within my class, and I had to just manage them all. And what I didn't understand was that was teaching me how to be able to deal with a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities at the same time. Always been a leader in sports. Been a leader, in church, been a leader at my job, went up to the level of area superintendent. Then I retired myself, got really, really deathly ill. And I asked God a question. I said, God, tell me, why things have been so hard. Anybody, I don't know if y'all ever got to a point where you just got to ask God the real question, the real,
Yes.
the question that like, just tell me what the real problem is. And I went through that journey of learning about what God was saying to me. And I decided that I wanted to heal some things within myself first and foremost. And I knew that my ministry was always around women. But watch this. It has taken a long time, and I'm gonna be transparent with this because it's gonna bless somebody. It has been, it has taken a long time to get away from letting money be the driver and letting purpose be the driver, and then allow the money to come. It takes a long time to do that, especially if you're in a position where you've made money, you've made a lot of money. You tend to utilize the gifting that God has given you to make money, as opposed to trusting God to have purpose first and let the money come. And so I have tried. I am one that'll create something out of thin air. I've done a million things. Don't need to get into those types of things, but I was always failing forward with different events, different ministry, different things. I was calling it this, that, the other thing. And I remember someone talked to me about the power of one. The power of one was basically, many of us are multi-talented and we want to do everything in every different arena. And I said, as I kept working with clients over the years, I realized that the start was the challenge. I've gone from wanting to do high ticket stuff to very low ticket stuff to everything in between. And I kept getting to this point of people being stuck. You're stuck with the start and you don't know how to go from where you are today, wherever you are, to saying to launched. And launched is, to me, that place where you can say, I'm ready to put myself out there to make money in whatever medium it is. And so getting those newer people, and I'm not professing that, I've made $100 million and I can show you how to do it. I'm not, no, I'm saying these are the people that are stuck and I want to be able to service them because I've been there, I've failed forward, I've struggled with it, I've paid the money, I've taken the courses, I've written the courses, and now I know that it was a love of mine to be able to support people, but also to do it through my voice of ministry and not to be ashamed of the gospel, to utilize the ministry that I have in me, to utilize my complete self. If I wanted to throw on a cap, wait, let me do it. Let me do it. If I wanted to throw on right here that just says pray, right? And this is how I want to come on camera, right? Then I can do that as well. If I wanted to have a sweatshirt on, but I wanted to be in a place where I can be authentically me. And I realized, Toya, the only place that I could be 100% authentically me is if I was working for my doggone self.
Hey, this is truth. It is the
100%.
truth.
That
100%.
blessed me.
That's
That blessed
a
me
little bit
tremendously.
about how I got here. Say that again, Latoya.
That blessed me tremendously because that was some confirmation I needed to hear for myself. Not necessarily wanting to be money motivated, but purpose motivated. That was
Purpose.
something that came up just earlier this weekend because I was like, I'm not doing what I'm doing for money. No, I want to do something that gives me purpose. I feel like I'm making a difference in people's lives and
Absolutely.
stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I could care less about a bill. I don't want to care not about a bill. I want to make an impact. So yes.
And
Yes.
guys, I hope you heard what Doctor said, what Doctor T said with that purpose. The money comes with that purpose. You focus on the purpose and the money just comes. And
Absolutely.
that's just the
Absolutely.
truth. Yeah,
That's
so
just it.
that's
But
amazing.
you have to believe, right? You really, I mean, we know that the Bible says faith without works is dead, but the belief wanes when the bill is due because the bill don't have the faith. The bill just comes when it comes, right?
Yeah.
The faith will wane when you've gone a long stretch of time and your kids are hungry. The faith wanes when you are worried about how to take care of the things that you have to take care of. And those are very real human emotions. And there is no shame in going back to work. There is no shame in shifting for a season. There is no shame in doing any of those things, even at a lower level, to be able to say, because I still believe in where I'm supposed to go. I still believe, and I'm going to do everything I have to take care of it. What did Jesus say when they showed him the money? They say, render unto Caesar what is Caesar, and render unto God what is God. Right? If I gotta do what I gotta do to pay the bills of the house, I gotta do what I gotta do. But then my purpose is what I'm doing to honor God, and I have to be about my Father's business. That was the conclusion that I made. I got to be about my Father's business. Period. Point blank.
Love it.
Period. Point blank.
Mm-mm-mm. Love it. Janet, what you got another question, Janet? You always have the good ones.
I was thinking, Toya. Jeez. So she wouldn't even give me a moment. So what would you say are some steps? Okay. So I've acknowledged that I haven't started, or I won't start, or wherever I am with the start. Now that I say I'm gonna start, how do I prevent myself from talking myself out of it again? How do I get over the next something? Because you start. Well, first you say, you have that back and forth banter with yourself. Should I start? Don't I start? Da. And then if there's certain things that you need, money might come into question because, oh, I need to buy this, or, instead of using free. And then you come into the other notion of, oh, well, it's been 2 weeks and I haven't gotten a client. Oh, it's been 1 month and I haven't gotten a client. Oh, and I'm looking on Facebook and Sabrina has 4 clients. And are there certain things that we should, this is process 1 for this hump, this is process 2?
So the first thing, and actually you've said them kind of in what you're saying, because you said that voice comes in. The first thing you have to do is recognize that voice of doubt is going to come in. And you got to keep that voice of doubt at bay. You can't, willpower is an exhaustible resource. Willpower alone is not going to keep you in the fight. The sexiness alone will not keep you in the fight. You have to have some grit in there, and you have to know that voice is going to come. And sometimes you got to talk out loud to that voice. It's like in the morning times, you got to get up to go work out, and that bed is, it's comfortable, and you want to talk yourself out of that, and you want to hit the snooze button again. You have to decide, I'm gonna put the snooze button way over there. I'm not gonna think about it, and I'm going to get up. Right. And every single day, because what it is, I encourage the people to read the book Atomic Habits by, I believe it was Dr. James Clearly, if I'm correct in that. But he talked about it's the small habits that we set up that create the bigger habits. So it's the small habits of starting, the small habits of say, today I'm going to do this little thing. And so that's number one. This understanding that voice is going to happen, and you got to talk out loud to that voice. Number two is you have to establish a habit that you have to start a habit that you want to start that's small. Don't try to eat the whole elephant. Take one bite out the elephant. Don't try to get weighed. Don't try to make $100,000 by next week. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Right? Take that small step to develop the habit. Number three, celebrate small successes. We as women, especially, we're harder on ourselves, and we don't want to give ourselves credit for even the small successes. Watch this. Have an accountability group, and in your accountability group, make sure the first thing you talk about is what you did well. I don't care what kind of day you had. I don't care how bad everything went. I don't care if you messed up everything. It's to talk about your successes and get in the habit of patting yourself on the back for even the little things that you do, right? And then the next thing is stay off of social media. Don't drink the poison. Don't do it to yourself. If it's going to impact you in a negative way to see what Sister Hamhawk did with her 4 clients, then I need you to make sure you stay off of Sister Hamhawk off her page, because Sister Hamhawk ain't telling you the whole truth anyway. So don't. You have to. It's like girding yourself up. Right? You got to surround yourself with only positivity. I'm not going to be over there listening to what they're doing because I don't want to get myself turned up. And so it's setting up an environment for myself of success, setting up my environment for success, taking the little things. The last thing, Janet, I would say is you got to pick a platform and do something. This is why. Long before you have a client, you got to give value. what we missed that Toya said. She said, I know that my gifting is in videos. She said, and I got a client of a video I did 5 years ago. Had she not did that video 5 years ago, she might have missed that client today. So before you get a client, before anybody sees you, before you have a logo, before everything, before you got a good virtual background, before you got a good camera and lighting and a good microphone and headphones and all that type of stuff, give value, pick a platform and give some value. Just start.
Oh, golden.
That was full of some nuggets right there. Yes, yes.
I couldn't repeat none of them either. I just know I said a lot of them.
I just want to meet Mrs. Hamha, Lord rest Dr. Edie Long.
I tell you, I died over here with Hamha.
Okay.
That's what popped in my head. I apologize.
No, we love it. We love the authenticity. Me and that word, but you know what I mean. We appreciate the realness about it, and those points that you went over are very true. I think many entrepreneurs, one, they forget that even though they forget to do something that they love doing. That's the first thing. They think about the money aspect and the quickest way, the cheapest way to start a business, or they think about, okay, how quick I'm gonna make this million or whatever their desired goal is. So I think that you that hint of loving what you do, because then it'll come natural to you. You know how he was always raised that anything that comes natural to you is not a job. You do what you love to do, and then you'll find the career. But if you gotta push yourself out of bed, or like me, push myself to work out, then it's a job. You don't really like doing it. So I think that was a very valid point. And then you're right. Social media will break you, or will send you into depression, or whatever you want to say, because once you start looking at, those people that say, I made $1 million, come join my group, and then you go and you join their group, you pay them 500 or whatever, and you don't make that $1 million, then all of a sudden now your world is turned upside down. You want to have banter back and forth, you want to cuss and carry on, but they didn't tell you the honest truth. As Mrs. Hamhock, they didn't share with you how long that journey. Some of us are blessed. It takes 3 months. So Janet, 3 years.
The reason why I'm so sorry to cut you off, sis. No, I apologize. The reason why I chose to want to work with newer entrepreneurs is because I want to help make 100-aires and 1,000-aires before millionaires. Because people want to skip being 100-aires and 1,000-aires, right? They want to jump to being millionaires. And you don't have quite the money to be the millionaire right now, because all the back end stuff that you have to pay for to get there, all the marketing and advertising you have to pay for to get there, they pay social media people to do their stuff. I looked at a social media thing just a little while ago that was $1,200 a month. That you have to pay people, and that was 3 posts a week. That wasn't even on steroids. That was just 3 posts a week, right? Like, they had to be 100-aires and be happy with that consistent $500, and then to 1,000-aires to be happy with that consistent $5,000 to $50,000. Then we can talk about 6-figure launches, and we can talk about 7 figures. But we gotta build what we have to build to be 100-aire and 1,000-aires. But see, that's not sexy. That's not sexy.
Preach.
I might do a course that's called "It's Not Sexy." You make money when it's not sexy. That's what I might do.
Because that sounds quite nice.
Even sometimes you have to take, you might really resonate with someone. I know me and Toya go through this a lot. Sometimes we really resonate with people who need producers of their podcast, but they don't have any money. But I'm a firm believer, if it touched my soul, then I'm supposed to help you. Forget the money. I just want to help you get to the next plateau, or whoever that one person that one podcast reached, that you get that, thank you so much, you stopped me from X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C. Then I'm gratified from that. And sometimes people forget about that. It's that yes, we all got bills. Yes, we all need to pay things. Yeah, we got all of that. But it's what rewards you. Because when you lay down at night, I don't never want to lay down with, I robbed them because or not necessarily I robbed them, but I didn't really want to do them, but I took their money. That how you sleep at night with that? That is not a good. So you have to make sure that what you execute in your business is your message, because at night when you lay down, there's supposed to be a certain serenity and a certain peace, and you that should meet your soul that that is a well accomplished day for you. Didn't say it wasn't going to be easy, but that should be how your soul should rest at night. That it makes you want to get up the next day to provide and give someone else that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Dr. T, I feel like you've given us a whole lot of information. So, I don't know if this is a good question or not, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Um, so, the question is, what advice would you give an entrepreneur who's trying to break through and start making money?
Oh my goodness.
Don't
The
go to
reason
the
why
circus
that's a
where the ham hock is.
right. The reason why that's a tough question is because making money is it's a process of setting up a whole bunch of things before you start making money, right? In my stuck to launch framework, there's four levels, and the first level I call Genesis. The last one is numbers. But in that first level, it is and numbers is about making the money, but the first level in order to get to the money is you have to start giving value to people. You have to start giving value to people. Now, if a person, there's really kind of two ways that I think off the top of my head that people can start making money. And one is you have to get in front of other people's people, if you don't have your own people, to be able to kind of like do what I'm doing, have conversations to their group, connect with other people, be able to spread, I like to call it the good news of what it is that you're doing. So you have to get in front of people. But the other thing is you got to be able to talk to your warm market and let people know what you're doing. It sometimes I feel like we feel in some ways a little embarrassed to maybe put out on even our own platforms what we're doing now. Oh, I'm starting this business, or I'm transitioning this. And some of us, because we're serialpreneurs, it's something new from last week or something new from that last month. And we don't want to tell people. That's why I believe in the power of one and figuring out what it is that you want to do. And I think that we have to, if we want to get to being able to make money the fastest, to me, you're going to need coaching to get to where you want to get to, especially if you're starting out fairly new. You got to learn some stuff. How do you want to do it? Where do you want to do it? Are you going to do webinars? Are you going to do online trainings? Is it going to be brick and mortar? How much money do you have? There's so many questions that have to be answered, that I think that it's important to take some courses or get with a mentor, because I think that's the fastest way to be able to start to make money. As they say, it takes money to make money. You have to be able to spend money to make money so that you can learn, because it's going to shorten up your learning curve.
Toya, you on mute.
I can't hear you, Toya.
Okay,
There
hope
you
you
go.
can hear me now if I take the mute off. Okay, so Dr. T, you mentioned having mentorship, having coaches. So, in the way you said that was, I guess that's very important. So, Dr. T, do you have a coach? Do you have mentorship, or have you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Heck, I was talking to Kia yesterday, and I was like, "It's so good to talk to somebody who know more than I do about websites." And I call and I'm asking, okay, she blows my mind. She literally blows my mind, and
That is true.
I'm a sponge to learning.
Are we
And so,
blessed to be connected with her?
Yes,
I'm so grateful.
oh
yes,
my God, she blows my mind. I
Yeah,
said, "Girl, you smart. You just smart."
She
Right?
is.
Like,
yeah.
and so so I have learned that you can have formal and informal mentor relationships, right? Because there might be different aspects of what it is you need to learn from another person. My pastor is a mentor by proxy through the books that reads through. I mean, excuse me, the books that he writes, through the Sunday services that he gives, through the different things like that. Getting in deeper like that. I've hired mentors before to be able to help me in different places that I definitely need to be able to grow. I believe in it, and I believe in paying people their value and their worth. And I also know that there's some mentors. The mentor I'm going for in the name of Jesus, when I can afford it, Myron Golden.
Okay.
He's a six figure. He's a six-figure mentor. I'm just gonna say it like
Yeah.
that.
No,
Six figures.
Myron's. Yeah, might be
Six
more than
figures.
that. Yeah.
155 is his
Yes.
program
Yes.
annual, right? But the value that he brings, because I believe in giving, I think this kind of makes the world go around, and us helping us to elevate. Watch this, Toya. I want to be in the room, right? I want to be in the room with those folks. I want to be in the room, and I want to because my girl was on is in this program. I have seen Shaquille O'Neal. I have seen Bishop Jakes on it. I have seen I can't remember. I'm looking at his the famous baseball player. I've seen so many, Pastor Darius Daniels. I've seen so many, just because I was in the room.
You was in the room.
Just because I was able to glean from there. It was so much. I was like, I can't even take notes of what y'all say. Y'all dropping so much knowledge over here, right? But you got to be in the room with those
You gotta be
folks.
in
And
the
I
room.
have learned that being in those places and getting just rubbed off on with that's the best place for you.
Yeah, I concur. The mentorship, someone who's knows a little bit more or a lot more than you do. I can attest, Toya. We ran a mentorship program. I didn't think about the stuff that our mentor told us. I didn't even think about it. I said,
We need to think about it.
oh, and a lot of it was foundational stuff. But here I am running my business, thinking I'm doing. But just hearing it from someone who's a little bit better or a lot more, done a lot more than me, making a whole lot more money than me, and I just learned a nugget here, a nugget there that made me probably make 3 to 4 more times the money I did over the previous year. Just being in the room with that lady,
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
so
Yes.
grateful, and it's true. Mentorship, it is what it is. If you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know. You
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I
And I just want
definitely
to go ahead, sis.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say, Moni, thank you so much for being here. This is why we're here, so we can glean from people like Dr. T. So if you have any questions, please make sure that you ask. We have about 7 more minutes on the broadcast. So if you have any questions for Dr. T, she's a wealth of information. Please feel free to ask. And also, we'll make sure that we put her information back on the screen for you. Go ahead, Toya.
I just wanted to say, earlier you had said something, Dr. T, you had said something about, courses that you actually have and that you put on and stuff like that.
Yes.
I am always like you said, a sponge for learning. So for those of us that, what do we need to do to take the steps to create courses?
So I love y'all loaded questions to me. It's like, it's not a straightforward answer. So what people will tell you online is to be able to create a course. Okay. Actually, Toya, I can have you create a course live right now. You ready to go?
Let's
I can
go.
show you how. I can
Let's
show you how
do this.
to give you the framework for a course. Okay, so you said you were going back into marketing, right? You said you were going back into marketing. Okay,
Yes.
what part of marketing are you going to go into?
I like doing the direct sales.
Okay,
Like, I
so
like that.
with direct sales, what problem is that solving? Who is that solving a problem for?
Most of the time it's a B2B thing.
Okay, so it's a B2B, and you want to help them do better direct marketing. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the outcome. So give me really quickly 30 seconds. You give me 5 things that you would talk to this B2B about with direct sales. Number 1.
Let's see. First of all, I compliment what they're doing.
You can't
I
nope. We ain't compliment. You got 25 seconds. You take a time. Tell me the one thing you're gonna teach them first. Don't compliment them.
oh so I need to tell them what my product is and how it can help them.
So they are going to do better with direct sales. You want to teach them how to do direct sales, right?
Oh, no. Okay, I see what you're saying. I misunderstood the question. Okay.
That's okay.
So my course that I'm talking about, that's what you're saying, is about direct sales.
Yes.
Okay. So with
You're
that
teaching them
question,
how to do direct sales to probably get more customers, right?
right. So the first thing
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna tell them is one, you got to be able to talk to people.
Okay, you got to be able to talk to people. Okay, what's the next thing?
You have to network. You have to get out there. Go to events. Hop in these Facebook groups. You
Okay, so I got to talk to people. I got networking. What else do you have to do to increase their direct sales?
you have to figure out what their pain points are that you can help them with,
What else? That's three.
and then um, you need to make some type of connection with them, like get an email, get a phone number. You got to set up some type of sit down so you can really talk to them.
And then number five.
Once you have established that meeting, you need to you have to ask for the sale.
Okay, I'm going to go back really quickly. When you said talk to the people, give me in talking to the people, give me two things as an example of what you do to talk to people.
Oh, like I said before, you compliment them, break the ice. You make some type of rapport, and then once you've made that rapport, you lead into what it is that you what do you do? What is
Okay, okay. Now, networking, give me some examples of networking.
networking? You go to events that have the clients that you're looking for.
How do you find those
You are
events?
you can go on Eventbrite. You can go on meetup.com. Check out your city's website, see what's going on in the
Okay,
city,
so let
things
me
like
let
that.
me mess your mind up right now. You actually made a course with 5 points. Your 5 points were talking to people, networking, pain points, connecting, and asking for the sale. Then you start doing the sub points. I asked you, how do you talk to people? You start giving me the blueprint for that. On talking to people, you can have that as a lead magnet by itself because each point can actually be its own individual mini course. It could be its own checklist. It could be its own own graphic that you can create. Then you start going into networking. You started rattling off sites. Wow, 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 wow. All those sites can be where to find your ideal customer through networking events. You can do that as a video. You could do that as a talk on IG or Facebook. You can interview people about networking. You could go on an Eventbrite and show them how to actually look for people to be able to do that. Like when you develop a course, you could develop a minimum of 30 additional products per course that you write. And I'm
Wow.
flossing that to you right now because I'm showing you how with each point, you could go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper with one little itty bitty point. One
Wow.
point. So then let me just go deeper on Eventbrite. Then you can get on Eventbrite and show them how to go through it. Then you can give them the script. If you're scared to do it, here's a simple script that you could use. They got the script. Now, but when I get them in the room, what do I say? Here's what you say. You literally have started writing an in-depth course on how you just do from the bigger course, and then you can write little courses in between that. Wait, this is how you drop the mic. Just drop the mic.
Wow.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just
So
like
the
that.
process of writing the course was always in us. It's already in us. You did that off of the top of your head. I put you under pressure. I kept telling you no. I'm fighting you. And no, this is what I'm talking about. And you were like, this, because it's already in you because it's what you love to do and what you already do already. That's how easy it is to write a course.
That's awesome.
And can I offer, Dr. T? I'm sorry, real quickly. And you don't have to. I mean, you can do that with the knowledge that you have. I don't care if that's entry level knowledge because there's somebody that doesn't know what you know and needs to know
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah.
Someone said to me, Toya, that you are an expert of your own experiences. So that you don't have to worry about a certification. You don't have to worry about somebody christening you and telling you that thus said the Lord, and you could go out and redo it right now. You are an experience of you are an expert of your own experience. If you are a mother of a 2-year-old, I promise you an expert at her being one. I promise you that. I promise you that. You are an expert of your own experiences. And oftentimes people are looking, if we're authentic and we talk about the struggles and the mistakes that we made. And like, look, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you this what I did and this worked for me.
I love it. I was on a call yesterday. Sister wanted to know about homeschooling. I started to kind of tell my story, how I impacted what worked and what didn't. Then I brought my 17-year-old on, or my 16-year-old, and she was able
Social proof.
Yes, so it was just So what you said is just the truth. It was just the truth, you know.
And she can
Also,
write a course on it. You can write a course
absolutely,
on it. Yeah.
absolutely, easily. That could be done tonight, easily.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. So, family, it's that time. It's that time. It's time to say goodbye to all my friends.
Oh,
KEMIC,
no, you will
KEY.
not.
That's what I felt in my spirit. What you want me to do?
Guys, I want to thank y'all so much for coming today. I know it's been a while since we've been on here, but as you can see, the wait was not for nothing because this lady here, dynamic. I loved this episode. I'm gonna probably go back and watch this episode again because y'all, there was so many nuggets in here. Y'all write some notes, take this down. Okay. So
And
oh, go ahead.
make sure, Dr. You get the last word. Go ahead. What you got to say to us as we go out?
On my voicemail, it says this: when you start the day, ask yourself who or what you want to impact. And at the end of the day, ask yourself, was it enough? That's how we should live.
Wow. All right. All right. I got you, sis. Thank you so much. Janet, anything else? Any announcements?
I just want to say, us from the A, we are great. Goodbye, y'all. See you next week, Tuesday. Same
Don't
time.
forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Dr.